Good day. Let's talk about the cryptography and data protection, part 1. First, let's talk about cryptography. A cryptography is a type of secure communication understood by the sender and intended recipient only. While it may be known that the data is being transmitted, the content of that data should remain unknown to third parties. Data in motion, moving in a network, and data at rest is stored on the device such as this may be encrypted for security. Cryptology is the science of secure communications. Cryptography creates a message with hidden meaning. Cryptanalysis is the science of breaking those encrypted messages to recover their meaning. Many use the term cryptography in place of cryptology. However, it is important to remember that cryptology encompasses both cryptography and cryptanalysis. A cipher is a cryptographic algorithm. A plain text is an unencrypted messages. Encryption converts a plain text to a ciphertext. Decryption turns a ciphertext back into a plain text. What are the cryptographic hash functions? A cryptographic hash function is a mathematical function used in cryptography. Typical hash functions take inputs of variable lengths to return outputs of a fixed length. A cryptographic hash function combines the message passing capabilities of hash functions with security properties. How cryptographic hash functions work? Hash functions are commonly used data structures in computing systems for tasks such as checking the integrity of messages and authenticating information. While they are considered cryptographically weak because they can be solved in polynomial time, they are not easily decipherable. Examples of cryptographic hash function. First is cryptographic hash function are widely used in cryptocurrencies to pass transaction information anonymously. For example, Bitcoin, the original and the largest cryptocurrency, used the SHA-256 cryptographic hash function in its algorithm. Let's In this part, let's talk about the examples of cryptographic hash function. First is the password verification. Uh, Storing password in a regular text file is dangerous. So nearly all sites store passwords as hashes. Okay, like in our MySQL databases, when we create a password, it creates the hash it creates a hashes that composed into the different characters. Okay, when a user inputs their password, it is hash. Okay, and the result is compared to the list of hash values stored on the company's servers. Even the database data management, okay, they see the password into hash values. However, this is not a foolproof practice. Hackers have created database of common passwords and their hashes, called rainbow tables, which makes it easier for them to get into accounts whose information has been stolen. Next is the signature generation and verifications. Verifying signatures is a mathematical process used to verify the authenticity of digital documents or messages. A valid digital signature, where the prerequisites are satisfied, gives its receiver a strong proof that a known sender created the messages and that it was not altered in transit. Next, verifying file and message integrity. Hashes can ensure messages and file transmitted from sender to receiver are not tampered with during transit. The practice builds a chain of trust. For example, a user might publish a hash version of their data in the key so that recipients can compare the hash value they compute to the published value to make sure they align. Next is yung cryptographic algorithms. These articles wants to shed light on the cryptographic algorithms, the mechanisms and protocols associated with the keys, and aims to provide an executive summary of what is to be considered when choosing cryptographic algorithms to secure a system. Classes of cryptographic algorithms. There are the three general classes of NIST approved cryptographic algorithms, which are defined by the number or types of cryptographic keys that are used with each. Let's talk about the symmetric key algorithms, also referred to as a secret key algorithms. A symmetric key algorithm transforms data to make it extremely difficult to view without processing a secret key. The key is considered symmetric because it is used for both encrypting and decrypting. These keys are usually known by one or more authorized entities. Symmetric key algorithms are used for providing data confidentiality by using the same key for encrypting and decrypting data, providing messages authentication codes or MACs for source and integrity authentication services. The key is used to create the MAC and then to validate it. Establishing keys during key establishment processes. And next is the generating of deterministic random numbers. Asymmetric key algorithms, also referred to as a public key algorithms. Asymmetric key algorithms use paired keys, a public and a private key, in performing their function. The public key is known to all, but the private key is controlled solely by the owner of that key pair. The private key cannot be mathematically calculated through the use of the public key even though they are cryptographically related. Asymmetric algorithms are used for computing digital signatures, establishing cryptographic keying material, and even identity management. Let's talk about these figures. First is the symmetric encryption. As uh, as we tackle last, no, in a symmetric key, we have a same key that used for encryption and decryption. The sender encrypt encrypt the text, okay, uh, using the same key, and the receiver use the same key to decrypt the text. Okay. Next is yung asymmetric encryption. We have two different keys. First is the public key, and next is the private key. The plain text can encrypt using public key, and the private key can use for decrypting the files. First, security services provided by cryptographic algorithms. Various cryptographic algorithms can be used to provide specific security services. A single algorithm can frequently be used for multiple services. Symmetric key algorithms for encryption and decryption. Encryption provides confidentiality of data by transforming the plain text into the ciphertext. Decryption transforms ciphertext back into the original plain text. AES and 3DES are the approved symmetric key algorithms that use for encryption or decryption services. 3DES is likely to be retired in the near future. Let's talk about the Advanced Encryption or Standard, or AES. The AES is based on the Ridgedale algorithm, which was invented by Cryptomatics' previous chief cryptographer Vincent Ridgman together with his fellow researcher Joan Dayman. AES encrypts and decrypts data using 128 or 192 or 256 bit keys into 128-bit blocks. The 3DES or Triple Date DEA or TDEA. TDES is symmetric key block cipher, which applies the DES cipher algorithm three times to each data block. The official name as used by NIST is the Triple Data Encryption Algorithm, or TDEA. Okay, let's talk about the digital certificate. The digital certificate is a file or electronic password that proves the authenticity of a digital server or user through the use of cryptography and the public key infrastructure. Next, digital certificate authentication helps organization ensures that only trusted devices and users can connect their networks. Another common use of digital certificates is to confirm the authenticity of a website to a web browser, which is also known as a secure sockets layer or even SSL certificate. What are the benefits of digital certification? First, digital certificates can be requested by individual, organization, and even websites. To do so, we provide the information to be validated in a public key through our certificate signing request. The information is validated by a publicly trusted CAA, which signs it with a key that provides a chain of trust to the certificate. This enables the certificate to be used to prove the authenticity of a document for client authentication or to provide proof of website credentials. What are the types of digital certificate? First, there we have a transport layer security or TLS or SSL certificate or a code signing certificate and client certificate. Okay, TLS or SSL certificate sits on a server such as an application, mail or web server to ensure communication with its clients is private and encrypted. The certificate provides authentication for the server to send and receive encrypted messages to clients. The existence of a TLS or SSL certificate is signed by the Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure or HTTPS that is designated at the start of the Uniform Resource Locator or URL or web address. It comes in three forms. First is the domain validated. A domain validated certificate is a quick validation method that is acceptable for any website. It is cheap to obtain and can be issued in a matter of minutes. And we as an individuals, we can create the digital certificate, and we have a site, okay, and only the CA or certificate authority uh, can give the certified or certification that the uh, information is valid. Organization validated. This provides light businesses authentication and is ideal for organizations selling products online through e-commerce. Next is the extended validation. This offers full business authentication, which is required by larger organizations or any business dealing with highly sensitive information. It is typically used by businesses in the financial industry and offers the highest level of authentication, security, and even trust. Next, let's talk about the code signing certificate. Code signing certificate is used to confirm the authenticity of software or files downloaded through the internet. The developer or publisher signs the software to confirm that it is genuine to users that download it. This is useful for software providers that make their programs available on third-party sites to prove that files have not been tampered with. And last is the client certificate. Client certificate is a digital ID that identifies an individual user to another user or machine, or one machine to another. A common example of this is email, where a sender signs a communication digitally and its signature is verified by the recipient. Client certificates can also be used to help users access protected databases. Next, who can issue a digital certificate? Digital certificates are issued by CA or Certificate Authority, which sign a certificate to prove the authenticity of the individual or even organization that issued the request. The CA is responsible for managing the domain control verification and verifying that the public key attached to the certificate belongs to the user or organization that requested it. They play an important part in the PKA process or public key infrastructure process and keeping internet traffic secure. Beneficial features of digital certificates. Digital certificates are becoming increasingly important as cyber attacks continue to increase in both volume and sophistication. The key benefits of digital certificates include first is the security. Digital certificates encrypt internal and external communication to prevent attackers from intercepting and stealing sensitive data. For example, a TLS or SSL certificate encrypts data between a web server and a web browser, ensuring an attacker cannot intercept website with visitors' data. Next is yung scalability. Digital certificate provides businesses of all shapes and sizes with the same encryption quality. They are highly scalable, which means they can easily be issued, revoked, and renewed in seconds used to secure user devices and managed through a centralized platform. Authenticity. Digital certificates are crucial to ensuring the authenticity of online communication. In the age of widespread cyber attacks, they make sure that users' messages will always reach their intended recipient and only reach the intended recipient. TLS or SSL certificates encrypt website, secure multipurpose internet mail extensions, encrypt email communication, and document signing certificates can be used for digital document sharing. Reliability. Because only publicly trusted certificate authority can issue recognized digital certificates. Obtaining one requires rigorous vetting, which ensures that hackers are fake or fake organizations cannot trick victims that use a digital certificate. Next is the public trust. Using a digital certificate provides confirmation that a website is genuine and that documents and emails are authentic. This projects public trust, assuring clients that they are dealing with a genuine company that values their security and privacy. Difference between digital certificate and digital signature. Digital certificate is a file that verifies the identity of a device or users and enables encrypted connections. A digital signature is a hashing approach that uses a numeric string to provide authenticity and validate identity. A digital signature is typically fixed to a document or email using cryptographic key. The signature is hashed, and when the recipient receives it, it performs that same hash function to confirm that the information from the signer and has not been altered. Let's talk about the hybrid cryptography. Hybrid cryptography is a mode of encryptions that merge two or more encryption systems. It incorporates a combination of asymmetric and symmetric encryptions to derive benefit from the strengths of each. The approach takes advantage of public key cryptography for sharing keys and the speed of symmetric encryption for encrypting messages. A hybrid encryption scheme combines the ease of use of an asymmetric encryption scheme with the effectiveness of symmetric encryption technique. Okay. Next, we have a figure, and let's talk about that. And we have this part. First is to encrypt a message. First, generate a symmetric key and then encrypt the data. Okay. In this part, generate public and private keys. Okay. Then the person to whom we wish to send the message will share her public key and keep the private key a secret. Okay. And in this part, let's and okay, in this part, the sender gives public and keep the private key. After this, encrypt the symmetric key using the public key of the receiver and send the encrypted symmetric key to the receiver. Yan. Send public key to sender. Yan. Uh, Next is the encrypt file with symmetric encryption. Okay? Because they have the same key, and by using the public key received by the recipient, it can decrypt the ciphertext. Okay? To decrypt a message, the receiver decrypts the encrypted symmetric key using her private key and gets the symmetric key needed for decryption, and then the receiver uses the decrypted symmetric key to decrypt the message. And in this part, uh, okay, in this part, the sender gives the encrypted text when the recipient receives that ciphertext or the encrypted text. It will they use the public key to decrypt the file. Okay, and one of the advantages of hybrid cryptography first is that it provides a high level of security hybrid encryption that is a combination of symmetric encryption and symmetric encryption. So it provides high security as compared to other techniques. And last is the transmission of data becomes secure. Just as data security is ensured on all devices, encrypting data also provides security that can benefits during transmission. And that's for all. And thank you for and have a good day.